Well, so this afternoon, government is fighting off claims that President Akufo-Addo has discarded the Ghana Beyond Aid agenda as negotiations officially open here in Accra for Ghana to roll onto the austerity program with the International Monetary Fund. The minority in Parliament ahead of the engagement today of the IMF delegation alleged that government was seeking to conceal information on the true state of the Ghanaian economy. Well, Information Minister Kojo Nkrumah has been responding to their claims. There's more as he spoke earlier on the state broadcaster GVC.
I didn't get the sense that the decision was difficult for the president to make. The discussion, of course, will have people with various views. And you've heard those publicly who've said that, no, that's not the way to go. We can wait for the domestic measures to ramp up. And then there are those who will make the argument that, but while you are waiting for the domestic measures to ramp up, people are hurting, and you could go into a economic challenge, a full-blown economic challenge, if you don't find a way to get some buffers out there. So people, different advisors and different analysts made their case. But I didn't get the sense that the decision was difficult for the president to make. I get the impression that he would have wished that our domestic measures would have reached optimal level by now, but we are not there yet, and we cannot wait, and that decision has to be made, and the president went ahead to make that decision. There's an IMF office in town. They have access to our data. The mission is in town. Our team, the local office, the team from the mission will have the opportunity to go through all of that data.
When we are talking about cuts, we are talking, are there fears of salary cuts?
We have that data, which would help inform the conversation. There's a misconception out there that aid is a low. I think you should take advantage of it and bring some finance people to do some more education. If I'm running a business and I go and borrow money as working capital for my business, and I work and I pay him back, that is not aid. Aid, especially within the context of what we've spoken about, is quite clear. And if you look at the aid contribution to Ghana's budget, education and health in times past, you get grants. You get a grant that says that take this money and do the pay back. That is aid. This is not aid.
So very shortly, we'll be taking you to Parliament, where, of course, minorities fighting off claims that they frustrated government, a reason for which the country is resorting to the austerity measures with the International Monetary Fund. We can take a listen to leadership of the minority side, Haruna Iddrisu, actually addressing the press a while ago on the matter.
Now, they should stop any attempt to shift blame. E-levy remains an unpopular tax instrument, and therefore the fact that it passed does not mean it had the support or has the support of the minority. We rejected it because it was unpopular. We shared it with you. We rejected it because it smacks of double taxation. Indeed, in many jurisdictions, it will not stand constitutional acceptability. I cannot see why I take my income tax, pay an income on my tax, and in sending 2,000 of it to my mother on an electronic platform, I still have to pay tax on it. So our position on it have not changed. Therefore, the essence of this press briefing, they must take full responsibility and focus on expenditure reduction, particularly focusing on social intervention whilst they reduce their opulent expenditure. What is of greater concern to the NDC minority is that they arrogantly rejected every reasonable and constructive suggestion from us and from other respected economists and Ghanaians on working together to improve the economy. What they must learn to live with is that once the Ghanaian people voted for a hung parliament, it meant that the days of impositions are over.
Meanwhile, the Tamale South legislator says the blame for Ghana's poor economic state should be laid squarely at the doorsteps of President Akufo-Addo, who is accused of profligacy.
That President Nana Addo Dankwa and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia should take full responsibility for incompetently managing the economy to suffocating debt level, which has necessitated the retreat, for us to request an agreement with the International Monetary Fund for the restructuring of our debts. As they take full responsibility, they should. They should also take responsibility for their reckless and irresponsible borrowing and unjustified profligate expenditure, which has led us to the journey of retreat. And you know, many of them are behaving like a class 6 people who tells their mother and father that last year I got F and I marked the NDC and probably John Dramani Mahama F. Then after 3-5 years, they get an F and they say that my F is better than your F. That's a childish behavior they are into, as if they are right. I mean, in any civilized democracy where people take responsibility and have a premium and value on credibility, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, I don't know whether he has any respect for the word credibility and its value and what you do with, including the Honorable Minister of Finance. They would have done what is needful. I doubt if they can correct their mess. So they better start packing to get out of office.
Well, in his part, ranking member on the Finance Committee of Parliament, Dr. Kesola Tuforsen, says Ghanaians must brace themselves for tough times under the IMF deal.
I only want to reiterate that the people of Ghana should expect a very strong IMF program. Unfortunately, the government is not articulating that fact. They are trying to hide from what is happening by trying to blame Ukraine-Russia war. I do not accept it, and we cannot accept that as the reason why Ghana is in this mess. We are in this mess because it is government's deliberate policy. The government has messed us up big time, and they should take responsibility for it. This is indeed self-inflicted, and the people that took us through this mess must immediately take responsibility, as the leader said. I also want to say that we in the minority will never and can never accept a blame that suggests that we deliberately rejected government policy. This IMF program will differ from all the IMF programs that we've seen in the past. In fact, this will be the first time that we will do an IMF program with debt restructuring. That means a lot. That will mean that Ghana is going to go through another phase of HIPIC, to the extent that we are going to look at our debt and restructure it. The government should come clean and tell us what exactly the people of Ghana should expect it, instead of blaming Ukraine and Russia. Sadly, they are telling us that the Ukraine war has affected Ghana more than Ukraine. Unfortunately, today as we speak, all our economic indices, as compared to Ukraine is better than us, even though they are at war. Yet we, sitting here, huge kilometers away from Ukraine, is trying to blame Ukraine and Russia. No wonder the Russian embassy has been consistent in telling the government to stop what they are doing.